to Learn Music with Jack. Today we will be learning about triplets, duplets, trills, staccatos, tremolos, grace notes, accents, and tenutos. So, you might have seen my first video, which is the basics of music. So this is more advanced stuff. This isn't like notes, rests, chords, key signatures, time signatures, those sort of things. This is like other rhythms and how you play the notes, and grace notes are where you add a special note. Trills are where you add very fast notes, and this stuff is more advanced. So if you haven't watched my first video, you need to watch it first. The first thing I'm going to be showing you is triplets. Triplets aren't like it isn't like that. It's like another rhythm. It's another rhythm. It's in between, based on what kind of triplet you have, it's either between the lengths of a 16th note and an 8th note, or it can be in between a different, the length of a different kind of note. Based on how it's done. So 8th notes, normal 8th notes would be like, but triplets would be like, so they're faster. So like 8th notes could be like, and that would mean that a triplet would be like way faster, by the way, harder to do. And a duplet is a lot like a triplet, but it's a different rhythm. So you see triplets a lot more than duplets. And it isn't like there's only triplets and duplets. There's like quadruplets and even more. So, but a lot of the time that will be used in like a special kind of trill or something, which we'll be learning about later. And tremolos, which are also a kind of trill. Well, they're like trills. So, duplets are like that maybe, or while triplets are so. And now I'm going to get you to trills. Trills are hard to do because there are a lot of kinds, and you can get sometimes you don't know what kind it is, and especially in like the Baroque era music, you can decide if you want to add trills. Although sometimes you can have a book, and sometimes a trill it says you don't agree with, and you don't always have to agree with what the book says. And so that's an important thing for music. So first kind of trill I'm going to tell you about is a mordent. So it's like, or kind of like that. Grace notes, tremolos, and trills and mordents are like all in this same kind of family. They're like the fast note family. And in music basics, so so 16th notes sometimes can be used in trills, but a lot of the times it isn't 16th notes. It's like 32nd notes, or even faster, 64th notes. So you get really fast on trills, like an E without the trill would sound like, and an E with the trill would sound like. That's just with a mordant, but so there are two different kinds of mordants. So there's up mordants and down mordants. They're both different. So an up mordant would be like, and a down mordant would be like. So if you have an up note, you don't actually start with the note it says to play. It's weird. So you actually start, if it was saying do an up mordant with this E, then it would actually not, you wouldn't use that E for the trill. You'd actually go like, or something like that. And you see those a lot in like Bach, Handel, and Telemann, those people who are broke. So now we're gonna talk about staccatos. Staccatos and tenutos are the exact opposite thing. So usually if you have a staccato, it's only like with a quarter note, an eighth note, or even faster notes. It's not like you should put a staccato on a half note, because that's kind of weird. Like, a staccato means playing it very short, like this. And like a normal eighth note would be, two normal eighth notes could be like, and two staccato eighth notes could be like. So staccato means like plays them bouncing off the note, not like holding them down. Like that's the main reason why you can't do it with a half note or an even longer note. Like, because it doesn't really work. So you're usually gonna see staccatos if it's on like a quarter note or even faster. Well, a quarter note if you're in 3 or 4/4 time, because if you're in like 2/4 time, still it works. Actually, never mind for that one. But there are some time signatures where you say, this doesn't seem to work right for me. Like, if you're in like a very like, let me think. Well, triplets and duplets, they can be staccato, but you don't see them as much. So you usually don't, when you have staccato, it's not with a triplet or duplet. Well, at least not with a triplet. You might see them more with a duplet, though. Now, tenuto we're gonna go over very fast because it's very easy to know. Like, usually when you have a tenuto, it's after a big staccato passage. So like, that last note would have been tenuto. And tenuto means like not staccato, the opposite of staccato. Like no staccato. And so that's really fast, and that's the main description of a tenuto actually. Now we're gonna get to accents. So an accent is so remember when we talked about dynamics? Well, this means like this is dynamic. This is about dynamics. So 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 it's like so this last note will have an accent. Ugh. One of the disadvantages of having an electric piano is that you have to use like a slider, or at least the one I'm working with, you have to use a slider to make the volume, which makes it very hard to do stuff like accents. And grace notes are pretty simple. They're a lot like trills and tremolos and kind of like staccatos. So grace notes are like notes. If you have like a page of music and there's a grace note, it's gonna look a lot smaller than the normal notes because it's like a really fast note like this. That E, that first note I played was a grace note. And usually grace notes go down, although they can go up. But mostly it's like this, not this. So, now tremolos. They're like trills, but you don't see them as much on music. Well, at least not with piano. You don't see them that much, so we don't have to go over them. They're a lot like Morden's trills and stuff like that. Now, I'm gonna tell you about the next video I'm gonna be making, which is about dynamics and it's gonna be about like naturals and stuff like that, and naturals, sharps, flats, those things. So I'll see you in our next video. Bye. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked it.